Hello, and welcome back to the, I think, 11th episode of this series that we have going on. So I think we left off making Caterium, and I have since plugged a line of like 105, I think, into, or no, 120 into making AI limiters that we needed to do like a long time ago that we didn't get done. And then the overflow of, I think it's like 15 per minute is going into storage. So that leaves us with like 360 spare, which 105 goes into computers. So we still have a decent amount of quick wire there to work with. So that's nice. But I just want to say that I got all that done. And then I kind of started some prep for what we're doing today, which is making the circuit boards, because then we will have the computers done if we can just make this the circuit boards that we need. So I think we're shooting for like 40 per minute. I plugged it into a Satisfactory calculator, and if I can, I'll show it on screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about, but it's really simple. It's going to be, we're just going to grab the belt of silica we're bringing in that we're not using for anything, which I think is like 120 per minute, or no, I think it's like just under 100. I think it's like 90 something. And I think we only need like 60, so that's perfect. Yeah, so we'll bring that in, and then we just we needed some copper for the sheets, and I had one spare node kind of at the edge of the map over here. If we scan for copper, I was originally planning on doing this somewhere else, but I figured might as well just use this node, which is I overclocked it by 50%. So we're producing 180, I think, and we need like 178 or something like that. So it kind of works out perfectly. And so I just set up the the little bus system over here. It's going into a logistics right below, and now we can kind of get started on building this layout. So to start with, we need some smelters. So I think we need 5. I gotta check real quick. So we need 6 smelters basically to get rid of all of this, and I think we need it's coming on the right, so we need to do right to left. And I think it's this side, yeah. Splitters. Okay, so and I gotta figure out where we probably want to put this. This probably works. Yeah, this works just fine. So I'm gonna throw down the set of 4, and I'm actually gonna need 2 sets of 4. Each. And I think that meshes pretty well. Yeah, we want that there, I think. Like so. There we go. And this will be plenty. And we might underclock some of these so that they just all run. But then we just gotta pipe in the copper and set these to copper real quick. Okay, so I have the first 4 running at 100% and the second 4 running at 50%. These guys will output basically 60, these will output 120, and that is 180. So that is a perfect amount. So now we have all of our copper ingots. Now we just need to place down 9 constructors, and we need to extend probably this out. That would be helpful. Okay, so with the constructors, we're actually going to do a left to right configuration because our outputs are going right to left. So we can just loop this back around over here. The only thing I need to make sure is that I have enough space. So I'm actually going to start on this side. Okay, and just barely have enough room here, actually. We'd have, I didn't think it would be this close, but it is. And I'm just going to connect up both these lines as well. Make sure that's all good. Alright. Then I'm actually gonna make sure I get power hooked up and make sure that's all good before I go crazy here. Okay, so with the power hooked up here, and I set the recipes here, but we actually need one more constructor right about here. And this guy actually does need to be Actually, we can set it this way. That works. And just gonna make sure this is a level 3 belt. And we're gonna line this up over here. Okay, so now this will take in, and I need to set this one to produce 8 per minute. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, so now we're producing, well, this line will be doing 88 per minute. I just need, actually I should probably extend this out so we can get our power hooked up here on this building as well. Don't want to forget about that. And we'll just run into that power line, and now we're all good there. So now we're producing all of our copper sheets, and we are producing our silica. So now we need to kind of assemble those together, and I think we only need like a few constructors. Okay, so now we need our assemblers, which we have a right to left version. And I need to figure out kind of which way we want to run this. I think we'll do the same. So we can start this one like over here. Even move that one over, I think, maybe. Yeah. So let's give us plenty of walk space in the middle here. Need 1, 2, 3. And we actually need 4. I'm gonna grab this out. Oh, we do not have enough cable. Okay, so I have just hooked up the copper ore to the smelting line, and it's starting to fill up. I figured I might as well get this. Oh, this is not hooked up. I figured I might as well get this hooked up and ready to go. So it starts building up and whatnot. And we'll start getting our ingots, which will flow through here, which I need to make sure, again, I connect all these belts. And it's going to start making copper sheets, which are making their way down to our assemblers. Now, our assemblers don't have the silica input yet, but they will get them. Okay, and then I've just added the input here for silica, and now we just need to run that logistic line down through here. I ended up not using the kind of like the logistics like I normally do, which is okay. I just normally would use my logistic floor to hide almost all of them, but I had the blueprints and I might as well just throw down the blueprint lines as I have them, and I need to make sure I keep this the correct belt. So all the silica will basically merge into this line that gets sent into Smart Splitter. The overflow will be straight. There will be this conveyor belt right here, which will loop back onto what we originally had right there. But the priority will be this storage container. So it'll fill up the storage container, the line, it'll saturate everything. And then when there's nothing coming in, the storage container will act as a buffer to continuously supply the machines. Then when we do get our load, it will fill this back up and then overflow again to storage, and then overflow from storage into being sunk. So that way we prioritize the production, secondary storage, and then finally it will be sunk. So this should work. I haven't tested this, but I mean, in theory it should work. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this up to our assemblers. Okay, so it looks like I believe everything I need is done. I just need to double check these belts. Right. Yeah, because something is up here. Ah, here. Yep, right there. This all need to be level 2. Just make sure this storage is getting filled up. Perfect. So that should fill up over time with enough of the like trucks coming in and dropping off loads and stuff like that. All right, and so this belt should fix itself pretty soon, because I think we need 90, or yeah, it's like 88, same as the copper sheets. So these will start filling up and creating circuit boards, and we have our first circuit boards over here. Now for the circuit boards, we are creating, I think, 40 kind of on the dot. So one of these is running 2.5, so only 20%, because the other ones are 12.5. So we do 12.5 times 3. There's just have to make up the extra 2.5. So now we have the circuit boards we need, and I think like 27 of these are instantly going to go into computers. But now we can hook up all of our lines for computers. Still, it's kind of getting a little messy around here with all the logistics and different items we're trying to create in this factory, but we could probably make it work. I have some conveyor holes here because I need to get the rubber up here. I just throw the quick wire in here, and now we just throw the circuit boards in here. I'm gonna go ahead and run the circuit boards over here, and then actually I'm gonna hook up all this real quick. All right, so now we have basically the same setup like we did with the silica, with the storage buffer, prioritizing this manufacturing line, and then secondary storage, and then third will be sunk. Yeah, so now we have all 3 items here being produced, and we are making computers, which is huge. I want to go take a look at the milestones real quick and see if there's any that just need computers. If not, we will have to kind of get our heavy frames going. So it'd be in tier 6 here. We have the gas mask, which I guess doesn't, but it's not super useful. Yeah, big thing is this this milestone right here. That'll give us the fuel generator, Mark IV, belts, lifts, all that stuff. Very good. And yeah, we'll need heavy frames for that. Okay, so we'll need heavy frames for all 3 of these. Okay, so we should be looking at getting the heavy modular frames here. We're producing everything in this tier except heavy modular frames, I think. And obviously the space elevator parts. But I think once we get heavy frames, we might be able to start making those, and then get into aluminum production after we kind of finish up this phase. Which means we get the hoverback, which is my favorite item in the game. So very excited for that. But yeah, let me work out what we need for these heavy frames over here. Okay, so for the heavy modular frames, we need 5.3, and that won't be too hard. In case beams, we do have, I think we're making 10 per minute, and it's not going into anything, so we have that. Steel pipes, we have that, and we have concrete. So we have everything, like almost everything already being made except for a few modular frames. And so I think it's time we finally get that concrete belted into our starter factory and storage. Again, vehicle deadlocks is getting out of hand. Where are these ones at? Down at the bottom? Yep. Yeah, so I think it's about time that we get the concrete belted in. We're making 80 per minute for storage, and we can run that. Pipes, I think we're making 80, and we're not using, I don't think we're even using half that, or maybe somewhere around 40, so we're fine on that. And with the modular frames, I was thinking I could just steal a little bit of pipes, which we still have the room for, and then I can steal some reinforced plates, I think from our storage line, because I want to say, well, I have to check exactly, but I want to say we have the excess in storage. Let's see. I don't know which floor they're on. Hold up. Okay, yeah, so our ribs right here. which are not being made at 100% because of wire. Might need to figure that one out real quick. And how much are we making here? Just make that level 3 maybe? I don't know why that wasn't level 3. And that looks like more wire to me. Okay, so these two assemblers here should get their wire now. Looks like we're making 5.6. And okay, so it looks like we're making 10 per minute. And we need 2, so probably just steal off this belt here, and then we send that up over here. So we can get rips and pipes into here, and this will just make the extra 3, because we're going to steal the 2.5 from the versatile framework that is done for the space elevator. So now we should be able to just hook up like all this logistics. I think we're making everything we need. Just need to hook it all up, and we'll be good. I got the modular frames being made here with the reinforced plates and the steel pipes, and those are going pretty well. We have a belt saturation and like machine saturation from the versatile framework because it started to build up. I wasn't using them, so once that goes away, this will kind of dissipate. And I think we're actually bringing 5.5, so slightly higher than what we need. But now we just need to get the encased beams and steel pipes, which shouldn't be super difficult. Logistics is starting to become a little bit of a nightmare, though, not gonna lie. As you can see, we're kind of running out of space, so I just need to get pipes over here on one of these and encased beams on the other. Like over here is a complete mess, just absolutely spaghetti everywhere. Oh, it would seem our pipes have been depleted. We must figure out why. Okay, so now that we have our pipes in and we have encased beams being belted in through right here, I ended up adding the same logistical buffer as I did with the silica, and I forget the other item I did it with, but we ended up adding that buffer just like we did with the silica for the incoming encased beams, just to make sure that this doesn't get starved from materials. So I'm gonna kind of jumpstart this because we're only making 10 per minute, so it's gonna take a long time for it to manifold. So I'm gonna probably pull from the storage that we have built up and kind of buffer this up. But now we are automating our heavy frames, and so we'll split the computer line and this line. We'll only be storing 1 per minute for the heavy modular frames, but that should be enough because we need 1 per minute here. We need 1 computer. We got our circuit boards, and then we'll just need automated wiring for that. We have 2.5 motors automated, so we have motors there. We have rubber. We will need to work on smart plating, so making 2 smart plating per minute, pretty easy. And high-speed connectors, wire, and stator. So this recipe, we might get everything finished in the next episode for our current phase, which is pretty close to to being done. We're not far off, but it's a lot of just hooking up logistics, and there'll be a small amount of making production lines, maybe for some extra stators or something like that. But yeah, I think I figured out what was going on with the steel. It looked like it was a belt issue when I upgraded to making encased beams with the steel. It kind of messed up. I didn't upgrade every belt, and there was a bottleneck with it, with the pipes and not the beams, because we use pipes to make the encased beams. So I think we got that all worked out. We're just waiting for that to build back up, because we still should be making excess. So I think with that, another autosave. I think with that, we should be good for this episode. We have one of those space elevator parts completely done, and now we have basically 60 steel beams that we're not using. So we can be using that for production lines in the future, but we're also using a lot of that for blueprints. So as you can see, we're still building up from the last episode, and yeah, we have tons of encased beams here. And I'll quickly just show the logistic setup. Kind of janky, but we have, again, it goes into a smart splitter. Smart splitter prioritizes center, which is a storage buffer that leads into our production line, which has a smart splitter. Again, prioritizing the production line first. Secondary storage, it'll back up into this, and whenever this is full, which means our storage in our storage room has to be full as well, then it will start to overflow into the sinking the excess. So we should be good on that, just like we did with the rubber here. And yeah, seems like everything should work here. We have 11 coupons that we probably can spend next episode, but yeah, I'm gonna end this episode here. And if you guys like the series, then just like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.